Out? What does that even mean?
She said she was giving me the out.
Okay, so run this by me again. But this time, tell me everything.
All right.
Don't leave anything out.
Okay.
I thought you said it was going well.
It was going great. It's amazing, actually.
So, what went wrong?
Well, nothing went wrong.
Okay. Start over. You two meet up at this bar.
We meet up at this bar, and we're there for about 3 hours. Talking, having drinks, just getting to know each other better.
Standard second date stuff.
It wasn't a date.
So she says.
We were just getting together for drinks. And yes, for the second time.
Because you guys connected.
We really connected. And this time was just like the first time. All night, our eyes are locked. I mean, the bartender's coming over to check on us, and we're not even looking away from each other, we respond to it. Nothing is breaking our gaze.
All right. And you were drinking what?
Jack and Coke.
Classic.
Yeah.
Wait, was she drinking a Jack and Coke?
No, she had some kind of gin drink.
Ugh, gin drinks are nasty.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan either. But I tried it anyway.
You tasted her drink?
She offered it to me, so I took a sip from the straw.
Was she using the straw?
Yeah.
So she wasn't weirded out that you were using her straw?
No, not at all.
So it's like you kissed her.
What?
You put your lips where her lips were. That's kissing.
That's not like kissing at all.
It's pretty much the same thing.
You know kissing means the mouths actually touch each other, right? As in make physical contact?
It's pretty close.
No, it really isn't.
Seriously, it's like you grabbed her by the back of the head and shoved your tongue down her mouth.
What the hell?
That's basically what you did.
No, not at all.
Whatever. And you were talking about what?
We both talked about work, the ups and downs of that. She talked about her ambitions beyond what she's doing now, and I'm just captivated by everything she's saying. So I share my ambitions with her, and she's smiling as I'm talking. And I can't recall beat by beat, but we got into some pretty serious stuff, and it felt like everything we said made sense. We just made sense to each other.
And then the bar's closing?
Yeah, the night flew by, and before we know it, time for last call. She heads to the ladies' room before we leave.
By the way, very classy move, paying for the check while she was gone. Well done.
It seemed like the right thing to do, but I wouldn't have had a problem if she insisted on picking up the check.
Because you're a modern man.
I'm a modern man.
An evolved man.
Exactly.
And she appreciated that.
She wasn't surprised that I took care of the check, but she said it was very unusual.
Not a lot of good guys taking her out.
I don't think so.
Continue.
So she goes back to the bar, and, well, after the shock of learning I took care of the check, she says, okay, you know I'm very busy with work, and I'm not always the best at balancing my career and my personal life. I'm trying to be better. I want to be better. She says I'm very sweet, very kind, and she doesn't want to hurt me by not being as good as she could be, or what she thinks would be fair. Then she says, so I'm giving you the out.
So she decided to run through this monologue while in the ladies' room, come back and just lay it on you.
Maybe she just needed a quiet moment to gather her thoughts. I mean, we've been in a bar for a few hours, but then the lights go up and we gotta leave. So we're now walking up the street to the parking garage, carrying on our conversation the whole way.
Back up here. So you and this woman are talking about relationship stuff while walking the streets of Manhattan.
Yep.
You do know you were pretty much in a rom-com, right?
In the moment, I was actually thinking that exact thing.
Okay, so she gives you the out, and you respond by saying what?
I tell her I'm not trying to have any expectations for us, because it's not like I was looking for this. I wasn't putting myself out there, so it's not like I'm in any rush. Plus, I know my side of the street needs cleaning. I'm not oblivious about that.
A self-aware man.
And she says she just wants to be honest with me, and that's why, once again, she offered me the out.
So she gives you the out for a second time. What'd you say?
I say that as long as we're being honest, inside and out, she's the most gorgeous woman I've ever met.
Whoa. That was bold. How'd she take it?
She punched me.
She punched you?
Not really, just in the arm.
Yeah, but she punched you.
Barely.
Yeah, that's assault.
It wasn't violent.
A violent physical attack is the definition of assault.
It wasn't an attack.
Listen, violence is never the answer, especially after being called gorgeous. Look, A woman has never, ever in my life called me gorgeous. And trust me, punching her would be my last possible reaction.
All she did was like,
Whoa, 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 what are you doing?
I was gonna show you what she did.
Whoa, whoa, don't go punching me now. If you're still angry with her, that's fine. Don't go directing that toward me.
I'm not angry at her, it was playful. And upset. Frustrated. She said I was only making this harder on her because she knew I meant what I was saying. But she definitely wasn't trying to hurt me with this punch. She probably could have if she wanted to. Regardless, it wasn't an attack, okay?
And then you drove her home.
Yeah, she did an early morning the next day, so the conversation is to be continued.
TBC.
TBC.
By the way, did you open her car door for her?
Of course.
Okay. Did she open your door?
No.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Sounds like bad manners to me.
No, it doesn't.
Come on, man. Did you see a Bronx Tale?
Dude, you know I've seen a Bronx Tale.
Hello? The door test?
And?
Doesn't sound right to me.
I mean, come on, I'm not gonna judge her too harshly for that. She obviously cares enough about me to ask me to maybe not date her.
You do know how ridiculous that sounds, right?
Shut up.
Look, I'm just here to help.
I know.
I'm your friend, remember?
I know.
And again, I'm just here to help. There's a reason why you're talking to me before your therapist.
Oh, that's coming.
And you think he'll be more honest with you than I will.
How do you mean?
I know you. You have a tendency to only see the good in people. A little bit too much good.
Yeah, okay. I'll admit to that.
Look, man. It sounds like she's just laying out her red flags for you, right? She gets caught up with work, hasn't figured out how to balance that out with life yet. Or maybe she's just withdrawn. Or maybe she's not as available as you'd like.
Yeah, but it's not like I'm proposing or anything. I wouldn't expect us to be each other's priority. We're both busy, and we're both ambitious.
So what she said didn't bother you?
To tell you the truth, the fact that she was willing to be that honest and that vulnerable with me, it only endeared her to me even more. She was being real. She was being self-aware. And I appreciated it.
But if she's being upfront with how she is when she's seeing someone, and you know that from the jump, is that going to be a problem for you?
Why does it sound like a problem to you?
Look, man, if everything goes down the way that she says that it could, are you willing to let this woman break your heart?
You know, I've spent the last 5 years in therapy looking myself in the mirror and working really hard to wash the red out of my red flags. So I get it. And I hear you, and I don't think I'm being naive about her or what she said. But I have to know. There's something going on here, and I need to take this as far as it goes. I'm not the kind of guy who can live with what if and wondering what could have happened if I'd just been willing to try. There's something between us, this connection. If I'm wrong and this whole thing blows up in a few weeks or a month, then I'll deal with it. But I have to know.
You know what? That was a very thoughtful answer.
Thank you.
You think your therapist can get a revelation out of you like that?
Oh, so now you're trying to be my therapist.
Listen, you picking up this tab is a lot cheaper than therapy.
Well, I guess you get what you pay for. Now I'm stuck here with Steve Harvey.
That was racist.
It's because we're talking about relationships.
Yeah, right. So, what now?
Well, nothing right now. She's out of town for the week for work. So I'm not going to see her until at least next week.
You gonna call her?
Probably, but I'm not going to talk to her about this.
Wait a minute. How do you not talk about this?
Because this isn't a conversation you finish over the phone. Some things should be discussed face to face, and this is definitely one of them.
Yeah, but how do you not talk about this? You guys just gonna talk about the weather, or baseball, or the Grammys? Wait, did the Grammys happen already?
I have no idea.
Anyway, you're just gonna have superficial conversation with this woman?
It won't be superficial because we don't need to talk about this. I want to, but we have so much to talk about, just about life. Frankly, I don't even need to talk at all. She can talk about whatever she wants, and I'd be happy just listening to her.
Wow. You're really into her.
I am. This conversation happens next week. It happens next week. It's not like I expected any of this. I never even saw it coming, you know? But sometimes you just hit it off with somebody.
You know what, man? I'm happy for you.
You are?
Yes, I'm happy for you. You found someone that you connected with. You clearly have feelings for her. And she's got some intense feelings for you too, especially if she's afraid of hurting you. And in spite of all that, you want to see where this goes.
Well, yeah. I can't just ignore this feeling. How could I forget about her and just move on? I can't. I can't forget about her.
You shouldn't,
Can't.
and you won't, because you're not out. You're in.
You're right. I'm in.